I did it.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
We are playing Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Get all the jitters out now. All right. Are we just ready to go into it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, last we left off, the party finally made it to Fisk after a day's worth of travel. You tried to make your time here brief. Came in, bought some weapons, some arrows, and left. But upon leaving, behind you, back at the city, a group of, well, 2 mooses, piled high with goblins riding it, attacked several people outside of the city walls. Meese, if you will. You all decided you would rush back and fight off the goblins, scattering them, all of them, after a fireball and a lot of slashing and stabbing and skewering on horns. Finally, they all dispersed, and you were left walking back into the city, helping this group of vagabonds back to the tavern to rest up. And now, you are all following this halfling woman down the street towards the saloon. She's sort of helping prop up one of her taller compatriots, so it's kind of helping, but she's doing her best to lead them back in to get them sat down and situated. What are you all doing as you walk back into the saloon? Before you get there, rather.
Keeping my pouch fastened on my person.
Yeah, that.
Ashe has no money, so
I have a lot of money.
he's kind of just making sure that nobody here is trying to steal his books or his sword or his bird.
Or his scales.
I think Thyra sees the halfling kind of struggle and just wordlessly goes on the other side of the person and helps them to the...
Yeah,
with no
so
acknowledgement or anything.
Yeah, you're kind of helping keep up this half-orc looking man, this light gray teal, almost seafoam colored skin, with this kind of shaggy gray hair. Much taller, obviously, than the tiefling. The halfling. As you walk down. She just looks up to you and nods. But you're all led back to the Sodden Saloon. And upon entering, it is not fancy by any means. Old wooden floors, busted furniture that looks like they've been broken several times, but fixed and then broken again, then fixed again. There are a few patrons sitting around, having a few drinks, mostly gathered around these large tables, almost designed to hold clans worth of people. So they're kind of nibbling on some gray-looking food. Not super fancy in the slightest, but she leads you all to a table in the corner and props up her clanmates. Thank you all. You really didn't need to do that.
We can just leave you like that.
Well, I appreciate your kindness. I'm Spud. That's what people call me.
I'm Theo.
Hello, Theo. And getting a good look at her now, she's this dark-skinned halfling with dark brown hair that's slightly dreaded in some places, held back with a bandana around her head. Some old leathers, looks like a half like a half cape over her shoulders, a small knife and a short sword by her side, a red sash tied to her belt. And the red sash seems to be a running theme throughout the members of this party. Thank you all. You all deserve a drink on us. At least. If there's anything else we can do for you, just let me know. But I'm gonna go get those right now. Hold tight.
Sure.
And she stands up and comes back, getting the help of the bartender to carry these large jugs of ale, towards you. And sets them out at the table.
I don't think we should drink that.
Why not?
Nice.
I'm already on my
No,
second
you-
one.
You know, as someone who specializes in potions, I think you wouldn't ask that question.
Yeah, you
Milo
drink it.
says that he's on his second one, but he actually just took Ashe's.
You drink it, and it's not the best ale. It works. It's strong for sure, but it doesn't necessarily taste good.
I'll drink it. No problems. Just-
Yeah. Drink it down. I wish you.
Oh yeah.
Not the worst thing you've tasted.
They should they should call this stale.
Milo.
I feel like he's
That's a
trying.
good one. That's a good one.
I tried. Well, we just become heroes whatever town we find ourselves in.
This is not exactly the reputation I thought we would develop, yet here we are.
You don't like being a hero?
I'd prefer the attention be off me for at least a little while.
Fair enough.
What are you, celebrities back at your hometown?
Oh yes.
Something to that effect.
Sure.
What, they call you fancy name and everything?
Well, it depends on your definition of what a fancy name is.
Like a clan name. Even though you don't look like vagabonds in the slightest.
Yeah, we don't really have one of those.
Not for everybody.
Should we have one of those?
I mean, I don't think it's entirely necessary that we develop one.
Be the Moose Slayer.
Let's not.
Moose Slayers.
It's very bad.
Well, I think
It's very
the,
bad.
I think it would be the Moose Slayers.
I love it. This is Leah talking.
It's very
Not
bad.
Gosh, that is so funny on so many levels that none of you get. Family wise, that's so funny. Okay.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah. I
Congratulations.
can't wait to text my sister that. That's so funny.
Like us,
Or the
we're Stag Cry. Our clan.
who?
Stag Cry.
Dag.
Oh, much better name.
Cry.
Edgy.
I didn't make the name.
Fair enough.
So are there a lot of clans in Thirsk that come through or stay?
Nearly all of them. All of us are some sort of band. Have our own families.
Ever come across a band called Nightshade?
Not that I can think of.
I'll cock an eyebrow to that because I don't think I've been told what Nightshade is.
So what kind of fun could you do in Thirsk? Are there any
Milo.
local hotspots
Milo.
for
We're not
tourists.
staying for long. We're going to be leaving soon.
I know there's an awkward lull in the conversation.
Nah, there's nothing much to do around here. As maybe you could have told by looking around, people come here for business. No one really stays for that long, except the people that work here.
I actually would like to inquire about the gate that we're approaching as we travel south to Dormark. What exactly should we be expecting?
Oh, going to Dormark?
Yes.
Haven't been in a couple of years, but at least last I saw, and what has been told to me by passerbys, is there is a pretty hefty guard station set up. It wasn't there 20-some years ago, but it's been set up as of late. And recently it's gotten worse. Don't know what the guards are thinking, but maybe they're scared of us, maybe.
So you have no idea as to why this is happening?
Not really. I mean, best guess is somebody's been causing trouble, but trouble's always been caused there.
How long have you had trouble with the goblins?
Oh, the goblins. They're not allowed in the city for a reason. They've been known to be stealers. Just mostly thieves. They kill livestock and take it off for their own means.
Survival of the fittest, or something like that.
Kinda. I mean, we all kill and steal to some extent, but they're outrageous. As you can see, they cause a lot of destruction. Most of us are out here to just hunt bounties and make money off of, beast killing.
What sorts of bounties do you have?
Just loose criminals. People want certain items, like certain furs, horns, that sort of thing.
Can I do an insight check? See if she, like, when I say that, because we have a bounty on ourselves.
That is true. Make an insight check.
Okay. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, what if she lured us here?
I know, it's for real. Insight, let's go. Normal. What'd I get? A 10.
A 10. Probably hiding something. But it just kind of seems like the nature of her and the people around here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably something, but you're unsure.
Is there anyone looking at us? Like,
make a perception check.
this is gonna be the same thing, y'all. Alright, let's go. 19! Whoa!
Oh, okay. Looking around. People do seem to be taking note of you. But they're mostly involved in their own stuff. Like, they're not trying to be nosy enough to cause an issue with anybody else, but enough to take note of everyone that's in the building.
Okay. Is it more of a curiosity or more like, oh, these people are here, like, they're the target sort of way?
More out of curiosity and caution.
Okay. Cool. I think Thyra will have a hand on the hand axe underneath the table just in case.
But yeah, if we're headed to Dormark, y'all look presentable enough to maybe get through, no problem. Unless one of you are like wanted, then I'd be worried. She just takes a sip of her drink, ignoring that nervous laughter.
I think we should go.
Is there anything else we can do for you?
Actually, perhaps. A spare cart and some horses would be nice.
Maybe we got one of those. I think so. We just dropped off a bunch of supplies, so we do have an empty cart. Horses we can probably barter for if you need them.
I feel like that would be an equal trade-off.
It would indeed. Just let me know when you're ready to head out.
What time is it?
At this point, it's about noon.
Oh, okay.
We're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We can skedaddle.
We can go.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
All right. She stands up, brushes herself off, looks to her clanmates. Y'all be fine for maybe 30 minutes while I go figure this out. They nod back and continue patching up their very grievous wounds. But she leads you all out. Let you guys stand back for a while she goes and barters with some other bands of vagabonds looking for a horse. And eventually you see her hand off an object. You're not quite sure what it was, in exchange for bringing back 2 horses for the empty cart that she has.
Dang, what did she give?
Can I try to see what she handed out?
Okay, make a perception check.
Gave away 2 swords.
One of the magical.
One is golden? What the heck?
21.
21. Okay. You see her hand off what looks like 2 bottles tied together with a piece of rope. Deep brown stained bottles with a dark liquid inside. With your perception check, you could see like flat particles floating around in it, as if there is some sort of herb or leaf within it. But she hands them off and brings back these 2 regular ass horses. All right. Here we go.
Exceptional.
Just curious, what sort of drink has the value of a horse?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh god.
Oh, I'm so good at these.
Charisma party.
You got
7.
this.
Charisma
Oh,
party.
you got this.
Ah,
That's nothing for you to worry about.
It's gasoline.
I only ask because I make my own brews of sorts.
We could go a lot of different directions.
And you probably already know how to make it.
Fair enough.
Well, then, shall we be on our way?
Sure.
yeah. Let's get this show on the road.
Thank you for your patronage.
Of course. I'll be around if you ever need me. We're still indebted to you.
Fair enough.
I still have all my money on me. I've been
Yeah,
paying
we do
active
the pat
attention
check.
to this, remember.
Pat check before we leave.
I've been paying
Let's
like
see.
active attention. This isn't passive perception. I have been actively thinking about
Then
this.
make a perception check
That's not.
as I pull out my dice.
I've been actively sitting on this. Like it's not like I've been like,
We
literally
save
holding
these people's lives. They're not gonna steal from us.
it. Like I've literally been holding it in my hand. Like
They're literal criminals. I think
there's no way
probably
that I
going to
fail
try.
this check.
It's very presumptuous of you to assume they're all criminals.
They are
Guilty by association.
literally.
Dirty 20 for me.
Dirty 20. Everyone else?
I've been
shit.
literally
I don't have
sitting
any
on-
money, so
I've been
I'm fine.
sitting on this. There is
Very
no way
good.
that I have to make a roll for this when I'm holding my money in my hand. No one has come up to me once.
What if it's not your
Uh,
money that they're trying to steal?
It's a 24.
There's nothing to steal on me. Other than that.
24, 19.
I don't know. You got arrows, you got a bow, you got other weapons.
Wait, what did you roll?
Oh, the bow that's over my shoulder?
On what
They're
you
just
roll?
there's a 9.
Ah, I see. Okay. See, now it makes sense why he was retaliating
It's
so
so
hard.
ridiculous. This is actually it's actually stupid. Nah, I'm not. It's
I'm
not
so-
happening.
Dollar bill
I
emoji.
would
refuse.
So-
I would love to point out that you were the one who asked the
I
question in the
refuse.
first place.
Okay.
This
This
was
is gonna get-
inevitable.
No, because
So-
it's gonna come back and she's gonna go, oh, you
So-
look, you check everything and it's gone.
So, Theo, Ashe, and Milo, you keep a good eye on your stuff. No one seems to try to steal it. Valkyra,
Do you want to sleep? You want to sleep alone tonight? You want to sleep on the couch?
Damn.
Hold on. Let her cook.
you're out keeping a good eye for anyone trying to steal your stuff. No one seems to approach you.
I think
mage. I'm getting
Milo will
There's
will try to sneak a grab at her pouch.
That's sleight of hand check. See, it's not me you should be worried about. It's your fellow players.
He goes to try
Oh.
and steal something from the pouch, but there's nothing in
That's
it.
not good. It's an 11.
Well, the
Well,
DC
that was-
was a 9.
DC was a 9. So you're just, what pouch are you aiming for?
The one that she's holding.
Okay, how?
You
This is where
see
D&D gets
Milo.
stupid.
You see Milo approach you.
Hi.
How do you steal it from her?
Oh
this is gonna be
gosh.
This is going to affect what happens.
Oh my god.
Supposed to hold
Ooh,
her
I'm gonna
hand.
try to do some misdirection where I'll approach her, and like as I approach, be like, "Hey," and I'll put a hand like on her shoulder, but then the other hand is going to like almost simultaneously go for the pouch to try to draw attention
Oh,
to
go
her
for the
shoulder.
pouch. Okay. Whew. Whew. You know, just make it sure.
Is it like
It goes for her. My hand goes for her ass.
you're about to lose that hand if
I
I
love
see it?
it. I love this. This is great. Exactly why I play D&D.
So
My
you-
friends.
So you grab her pouch. Valkyra, all you know is Mal just going to put a hand on your shoulder.
Hi.
What do you think of this town? Should we come back at some point?
No. Absolutely not.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah,
Too many
right.
ne'er-do-wells who could steal your stuff. And I'll take the hand off her shoulder and kind of pass the coin pouch behind my hand to the hand that was just on her shoulder, and kind of replace my hand on her shoulder with the pouch in hand, kind of presenting it.
Why do you do these things?
It's fun. And I
If
got
were
to see you smile.
If you were anyone else, you'd be dead.
Yeah. But you love me, so.
Turns and walks away.
So I had to roll to see whether or not Ashe had the restraint to not say because he's in love with you, but you beat me to the punch.
I go, yep. Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye on
Yeah.
it from now on.
I was.
And I'll just cheekily join the rest of the group.
All right.
I just stare at Milo.
All right. Who's saddling up the horses and riding them?
We have a cart, Anneka.
I know. Who's steering the horses?
Okay.
I will try.
Oh
No,
boy.
animal handling.
I will assist.
Okay.
God, the two wizards
Who
are in
let-
the front.
Who let Karma drive?
Karma cooking.
What is everyone's animal?
Give Karma a cowboy hat.
We just start drifting.
Mine is.
There's an outlaw loose and running with chameleon on his hip.
All right.
Mine is a 0.
Brilliant on
What
his
is
heel.
everyone
So-
else's animal?
My animal handling's actually kind of good.
I thought
Why
so.
are you not doing
I
this?
think your wisdom's pretty
It's too
good.
late. The wizards are already on it. Let the fucking nerds
Yeah,
Yep.
we
go.
got
Alright.
this.
Are
We
on
got
it.
this.
All right,
So-
nerds, go for it.
Hallia,
You-
what is your animal handling modifier?
+0.
Okay, I'll do it.
Great. It's a low wisdom, low charisma party. It really
Let's
is.
do this. Yeah. Yeah.
Low wisdom. Speak for yourself.
I rolled a natural 5 and a natural 1.
Oh
So
boy.
I got
For a total?
You're gonna get
We're
kicked in the
6
face.
total.
We're
gonna get
losing
kicked in
the
the
horses.
face.
We are
Shield.
losing the horses.
The horse is just gonna get not. They're not attached to the cart, and
Okay,
they just
okay,
fly.
okay.
They run off, yeah.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
So you go to start harnessing up the horses.
Mm-hmm.
They are not cooperating. They're bucking their heads away from you and trying to kick and trying to just wiggle out of the restraints you're trying to put on them. It doesn't seem to be working that well. And you might be stuck like this for another how many minutes trying to do this?
Buddies, I need you both to listen. I know you didn't see what I did to that moose outside. But if you want me not to show you, you're going to cooperate. Knowing full well neither one of them can understand me. And I will continue to attempt to do this.
No, Ash, you can't threaten them. You have to nicely.
What's the holdup?
I'm bored.
Oh, get a room.
Okay.
All right, we go back to the inn.
No, seriously, like actually, what is the problem?
They're wild animals. They're being wild.
Just tell them
They're
to mush.
horses. They're not the wild horses.
Around here, they're probably wild horses. Yes.
Have you ever actually touched a horse before?
Yes.
I've read about a lot of them.
Inside check. Inside check on Ash. He's never been outside.
Wow.
Go
Didn't
for
he go-
it.
Did he
Go
go on like
for
a
it.
soul-searching
Just Ash.
journey?
Literally left for 2 months to
Wasn't that his
travel the
backstory?
world.
Wait a minute, wasn't that his
It's
backstory?
literally his backstory, and we talked about it. But no, he's never been outside.
Never been outside.
You never
ever.
mentioned a horse
Not
in your
once.
backstory.
That's
That
true.
is true.
I'm rolling inside check.
And you
There
wanna
was
know
a
what
well
else?
that was mentioned, though.
I rolled a 13 inside check.
13 insight. Hard to tell.
So, are you continuing continuing to attempt to saddle these horses.
They're gonna get exhausted.
I'll try
at some
this
point,
time.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled with advantage because we were helping each other.
No, I know.
Okay.
We're trying again, right?
Yeah, go for it.
He's just roll
Yeah.
good.
I
Okay.
believe in you.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
That's unfair.
Get wrecked.
So
Nice.
you see Ashe getting frustrated with these horses, and you're like, that is not how you deal with horses. And knowing, in your short stint of researching exclusively horses, you learn
Horse
quite a bit
girl.
about horse behavior, and you just try to calm them as best you can. You bring out some seed that you could have grabbed from nearby and give them a little treat before slowly putting on the harnesses and saddles with no problem at all.
Theo
Just like
was the
that.
girl that always wanted a horse but never got one, and so now
Yeah.
you were
He has a horse girl.
her school.
A horse girl only by the books, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only read
Horse
about
girl
them.
in theory.
Well, now
Theoretical
she's a horse girl in practice.
Yeah.
Okay, Theo. So what? You can do everything. What about it?
It just comes naturally. What can I say?
So the horses are all geared up. Who's steering?
Definitely not Ashe.
All right, Theo, you continue your good relations with the horses, and get behind the reins. Anything else that you'd like to do before you take off?
Put on travel music.
I will indeed.
No, I was saying I was going to, but you know,
Oh.
do what you want.
All right. So you head off, able to move double pace because of the horses.
Wow.
That was abrupt.
It was.
Didn't mean to do
Fine.
that.
That'll be fun to edit and post.
Yeah, have fun.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Ah.
So you're off.
This is a lot better than walking.
It is much less exhausting, that's for sure. And I'm sure the close quarters are favorable for certain individuals.
Can I just scoot away from Ashe at that point?
I have made a very direct point of sitting next to nobody.
Okay.
I go over and sit next to Ashe.
Trying to work on something, if you wouldn't mind.
And she kind of like brings her hand up and sort of like is like trying to say something, but it's not really coming out. She's like, so I've been working on something too. Okay. Here. You know the book you gave me?
The overdue one, yes.
Yeah. Oh, right. So I've been, dabbling and things like that. So here, do you have a flame or something? Can you just really quickly just pop one out?
I snap my fingers and a very small, lighter-sized flame just appears.
Okay.
Before you continue, because
It's not what Theo did.
Okay.
If that was your question.
To
I
an
don't think
extent, yes.
I don't think I'm anywhere near that.
Well, today you showed exceptional arcane prowess in a way that I was not expecting, so...
It's not me, trust me. I don't know what it is, but it's not me.
You say this, but I don't think that's true.
Okay. And She sort of takes a breath and brings her hand out and sort of begins to, like, she moves her hands over towards the flame, and then, as if you're swiping on a touch screen, it goes blue flame, green flame, purple flame, and then she doubles it and makes it slightly bigger as she's continually casting control flame. Sort of making it bigger, and then extinguishes it.
Now, you mean to tell me that what you did today was not yourself, yet you're capable of doing this?
It's it's the simplest little thing.
It's
not what I was doing before.
Right, what you were doing before was far more complex.
And I don't know what it is. I mean, look at this thing. And I just whip the bow out and take it out, and I said, it's the dragon scales. Something I did with it. I don't know, it worked.
Can I inspect the bow?
Sure. I thought you were asking the DM.
I am asking the DM.
Yeah, that's what I was.
You can inspect the bow. Across the entirety of it, you see the same white dragon scales, though it looks like they've become imbued with the bow, or they imbued the bow itself. Almost melted into the body of this. The pattern stretches all across it, and these same runes that are on her necklace seem to stretch up the entire length of it. And when she holds it, it has this very slight pulse to it.
Can I recognize anything? You said there were runes on it, right?
There are runes on it.
Can I recognize anything about how they are written, or just the general kind of structure, syntax of it? See if I can figure out what exactly it is.
Make an intelligence check. Or
Just
an
straight
arcana.
intelligence?
Arcana, rather.
Okay. 21.
21. It's magical. But it's written in runes that are very unlike modern ones. They are very inherently Freyan. They're written in sort of what you can assume to be giant form of these kinds of runes. But there are similar patterns to what you normally see in arcane magic. They're definitely not words. But there are similarities in the structure of how they are written. Repeating sigils.
Ancient Freyan arcane runes.
Mm-hmm.
Predominantly giant.
Mm-hmm.
And with a similar enough structure to modern runes. They just appeared.
Well, I tried to bind the bow with the dragon scales the way that I've done other things, like my shield or the sword. And this was the result.
Well, it would appear that there is still some innate magic here that is yet to be discovered.
Yeah.
You have an interesting talent.
One that I don't entirely think I earned or understood or understand.
Despite it, you have it, and earning it is knowing how to use it. And clearly you do.
Let's go that far. was exhausted after using any of the weird arrows. I didn't even know they were coming out.
And yet you still did.
I just have to learn to control it.
You believe you are beyond control?
No. I think I can eventually learn how to handle it. It's figuring that out without hurting anyone.
But you believe you can?
Yes.
Good. Set a better example.
I'll do my best. Oh, one more thing. And she I'm gonna send a little thing to you, Anneka. Honey, I'm gonna send a little thing for you really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like you to Valkyra brings her hand out and sort of draws a little bit of green energy from the necklace and then holds her hands out as the little reeds begin to go up each individual finger, like little green reeds, and then forming this small little pedestal to display honey.
Yeah, I see. Above this little pedestal that is formed in her hand, almost constructed out of, like, bark of a tree. Above it, sort of hovering above, a little gray cloud, the size of the palm of her hand, forms. It sort of twists and spirals.
And she casts Druidcraft. And then it fades 6 seconds later. From what I know, it means it's going to rain.
Indeed.
What the frick did you do, Ethan? What the hell?
Don't worry about it. This subclass is weird.
You will never not impress me with the spontaneous nonsense you were able to do.
Well, it's also spontaneous for me.
We'll keep doing it. Quite entertaining.
Try my best.
Another
Next time we get
puzzle.
in a fight, I'll try some other bullshit.
Fantastic.
If I can learn to control it, of course.
Just try not to get yourself into any unnecessary danger. I think Milo would be quite upset if you did.
You're really pushing that, aren't you?
Oh, I absolutely am.
Are you
I owe
enjoying
him
yourself?
at least something, right?
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes. Anything else you want to show me?
No, I think I'm good.
All right then. I shall get back to work.
Alright, have fun. And she scoots over just a hair bit, and then begins to just sit there and do nothing.
Okay. Anybody else wanting to do anything?
I think Thyra pointedly, like, at one point in that conversation, because we're all in the cart, I think she would have probably just walked over, sat at the very edge of the cart looking out from the back. Especially at the part where you set an example. Better example. I think she just kind of was just, I don't know, in her own headspace. But that's it.
All right.
Yeah, Leah's just living in her own horse scroll movie.
Let's freaking go.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. Just feeling the breeze on your face as you trot through. The horses seem happy. The weather's clear. At least for now, based on what Valkyra predicts.
We continue on.
We do continue on. About, I'd say, so we left at noon. At about 6 p.m., 6 hours into traversing, who's keeping an eye out?
Me.
None of us are like doing anything, so I guess all of us.
Oh, well, Erudite is, but I'm studying.
Yeah, Erudite is studying. Not Erudite is studying, you're studying Erudite's in the air.
You just see Ashe flying around. Huh?
The fuck? How did he get wings?
Ashe is now Howl. So yeah, everyone make a perception check for me.
That's pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's pretty
14.
terrible. Oh, wait, he has advantage. That's worse.
22.
17.
Damn. Good.
It's my turn to roll a 7.
Nice. And what was Theo's?
14.
14.
Mine would be a 3, DM.
You don't see shit. You're looking backwards. You're not
Yeah.
really paying attention to what's in front of the cart. But, Valkyra and Milo, you two are the first to see, off in the distance, a wooden fence made out of tall logs, pointed at the tops. Very kind of a stereotypical, like, guard wooden fence. And then eventually, a bit after that, Theo, you begin to see it as well. This mass just looming in the distance in front of you. And the closer you get, you see a group of guards. You see 2 guards standing beside a gate in front of the road, and then 3 more guards lining the top of it.
Are we telling them the truth, or do we have a cover to story?
That depends. How much danger are we in because you and Thyra are on the card?
Shit.
I wouldn't think too much.
Well, we can just tell them that we're on the road to Dormark to see Milo's family, which is
Yes.
untrue.
Exactly. That is true.
Thyra, let your hair down and cover up your tattoo.
I was just going to suggest I could go in separately.
No.
That's
We
how
do
you
not separate.
get caught off by yourself. Just let your hair down and cover up your tattoo really quickly.
I don't know what my hair being down would do.
Helps cover your face.
I don't know how much this bounty is spread.
Let's just go. Fuck it. We wing it, I guess.
I guess we're just going to take the risk, regardless.
All right.
Club.
Clop, clop. You continue forward, closer towards this guard post. And as you get closer, the guard just quietly puts up a hand as you approach, as to slow down and stop.
We do.
And as...
Theo goes faster, runs into Thunderous.
Oh, yeah. Alright, you approach. the gate is closed. But putting out the hand, one of the guards steps forward. Halt. Who are you, and what is your business going into the West Massian Empire?
Well, we're on our way to visit Milo's family in Dormark.
Milo present. I raise my hand.
She walks forward and peers inside the cart. Anything that you're bringing in?
Besides the gear on our back? No, not really.
Our smiles and good vibes.
And the
And
night
my
eyes.
eyes.
Yeah, yeah, let's go. Still lives on.
All right. What's your family name?
Fuck.
Hadavir. Hadavir.
Hadavir.
Yep.
Quite a northern name.
I have a weird family.
All over the place.
All right. Make a deception check.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Does
I
this
might have really made an oopsie here.
What about with
Davis.
advantage? Because
I'm hot?
I'm helping
Yeah.
What are you helping with?
by agreeing.
I think that helps. I think it checks out.
agreeing. By
Oh,
agreeing
no,
to the
I think it checks out.
lie.
Come on, help a brother out.
What's your
I put on my doe eyes.
your doe eyes?
Yeah, my doe eyes.
Okay, make a separate deception check.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
So Dungeon
Okay,
Master.
also side note, does this mean Milo takes the half of your
I guess.
I guess so. For the moment, yes.
For the moment, just to get
Right,
the
I think so.
Wow.
Who else was gonna think of a name off the top of their head? It was the only one I
Yeah.
could think of.
We will plead, Milo.
Yeah. Please
much.
let us in.
So Dungeon Master.
Yes.
I roll a 6.
Okay,
Oh god.
I rolled a 14.
Oh,
that's
no.
better.
Yeah.
She looks suspiciously at you, Valkyra, but Milo, you whip out the prettiest little eyes you can
Oh,
and the most pleady little face of
Yeah.
innocence.
we will let us through.
All right. And she turns back to the other guards and waves her hand. And from behind, 2 guards push the gate open to let you through. Well then, I guess you have nothing we can arrest you for, so welcome to the Empire.
Good police officers.
Them police officers,
You
man.
take a note from that.
Yeah.
You are doing the saint's work.
Indeed we are. She just kind of squints her eyes.
Yeah. Now.
Keep fighting the good fight.
No, you're done. Knock it off. Walk
Enjoy
off.
your stay.
If he says another fucking word.
Yeah.
You didn't even see my
Can I-
gun.
Can I grab the back of Milo's like his holster
Yeah.
and just pull him along? Just like,
We're in a cart still. We're not on the ground.
oh,
Yeah,
I
you
thought
are
we
in
were
the
walking.
cart.
Okay.
No.
At least they didn't find the drugs either.
You need to shut your mouth.
Right, I do have those in my backpack.
Shut.
Okay.
I'm whispering.
They didn't
I'm
have.
whispering
they
very
didn't have-
quietly.
They didn't have the hounds. The drug sniffing hounds.
Okay, okay. Yep. Shh.
They don't seem
Rem-
to hear you as you pass.
Silence.
Milo.
Hmm?
Remember the
What?
moose?
I
Don't
remember.
become the moose.
Don't become the goblins either, Milo.
Yeah, I don't want to be a kebab.
Very good.
Can we get the Dormark?
Hi.
Wait,
As
do
you
we
pass-
know?
Fox walks over and crawls up in her lap.
Yeah.
No.
Wait a minute, Dungeon Master.
Yes.
Do I know what the capital of the West Empire is?
West
Empire.
Massian Empire.
Macedonian?
You know the capital to be Tin on the east coast.
Oh, so that's Tinland.
Okay.
That's where my dealer gets it.
That's where my dealer gets it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Dude, that fox is loud.
The
Yeah,
Empire has
like-
the Empire has sent a
Holy-
fucking Black Hawk helicopter to intercept us. Oh shit!
There's just an Apache attack helicopter.
Apache just
hovering
above
above
us. Fuck's sake.
It's a flock of eagles.
Jesus.
Freaking A10 warthog coming in.
Literally. Ashe could pretty much roleplay as a fucking A10 warthog at higher levels.
Oh my god!
Let's be
We're
real here.
beyond this now. Let's move on.
But you guys are now beyond the gate. And now officially in Empire territory.
Yeah, the Dark Souls thing pops up and it says the region name and the music changes.
West
Yeah.
Massian
West,
Empire.
Yeah, do we have a song change for the Empire?
Yeah.
Is there
Okay,
different
let me get
ambience?
it.
Is
She's
there different
pulling one up
ambience?
as we speak.
Is there Empire
Yeah,
ambience?
so that no, well, what we have to do the thing where can I go to the exact border and like jump in between them to get the music
And then keep
the music switching over and over again?
Sorry. It started going to the wrong one.
There's a battle?
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, guess we're starting.
Oh.
Oh, that's ominous.
I think I picked the ominous one on accident. Whoops.
No, this is fine.
Ominous Empire.
It fits it, to be honest.
So,
The way I feel, at the very least.
you are now within the Empire. As you continue trekking later into the day, you see the surroundings begin to vastly change. What was once, at least a few hours ago, a very empty space full of rock and orange grass. You're now entering an area full of forest, pine trees. The mountains around you tower high into the sky, the peaks still snow-capped. Music does not fit.
I
Oh,
kind
I
of fuck
think
with
it's
it.
great.
I
Yeah,
think I
fuck
kind
with
of fucked with it. Yeah, I fuck with it
Yeah.
hard.
it. I was actually down for that.
Felt like we were in a chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's-
I
You're
don't
not
know,
quite there yet.
It fits the vibe of like, I don't know, I feel uneasy. When you can call it land the Empire, it always makes me a little nervous.
But the world feels more gray as you enter.
That's good.
Clouds even begin encroaching in the distance. But night is beginning to fall. As you slowly encroach on a crossroads, it seems.
You pull off, find somewhere to rest.
Probably away from the crossroads.
Well, yeah, off the road somewhere.
We could. Well, I think we're fairly close to the city.
Is it visible from here? Like, can we see lights?
It's not quite visible yet.
Shit.
And none of you have a map of the Empire, so you're unsure.
Shit. I don't know how close we are.
We didn't fight today. We might need to rest.
Fuck, we should
That's
have
true.
asked them for a map at Tish. They
Shit.
probably had one. Damn it.
Let's go back.
No,
Let's not go back.
yeah, this is a crossroads. There's probably a sign somewhere, and I'll look. Is there like a crossroads sign, a street sign that points in what direction? It's
Yeah,
There
a
is,
big
actually.
green
I
one
would
with white
imagine.
lettering that says
Dormark Street.
Dormark Street, Dormark 5 miles away.
Oh.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, there
This arrow is
is.
pointing to Whiterun.
There
This way goes
is.
to Dawnstar.
There is a sign. Large. But it does say. It has 3 cities on it. Oh, 3 locations. To the north or to the left is the city of Kilfheim. To the right, or to the left, on the Kilfheim sign, it does say, how many miles is that?
A lot.
The conversion.
5 days. To the right is Dormark. To the south. Half a day. Rather, a quarter of a day. About 2 hours. By horse. And then pointing back towards where you came are the Highlands.
2 hours.
It's currently 7 o'clock, about.
It wouldn't be impossible for us to make the rest of the run.
We really send it.
How are you all doing, though?
Bad.
I'm fine to keep going.
I'm okay.
If someone else wants
Actually-
to drive,
I'm pretty good.
Over the travel time, we would have gotten a short rest, right?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
All of you have been able to get a rest.
Which means
Oh,
I
yeah,
can take
I'm good.
arcane.
Wait, question. How long? Wait, how long have we been resting? You could have, if you wanted to, probably have taken a long rest.
Ashe, if
True.
you would put aside the time,
I would not have.
yeah.
Excuse me, work.
Actually, I wouldn't have even taken the time to necessarily do arcane
short rest.
recovery for a short rest unless I was allowed to get a short rest while I was studying. What are the rules on short rest? I haven't read them in forever.
I believe
I know.
it's just a 30-minute thing.
It's an hour.
30 minutes.
It's 1 hour.
Yeah.
Period of downtime is 1 hour. The character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, and tending to wounds.
So while you were studying, you weren't walking. So you would have been allowed to get a short rest.
Lovely.
I mean, I guess reading technically counts.
All of you would have been able to. But none of you would have taken a long rest.
We can make 2 hours.
Of course.
Let's do it.
All right, let's get there. I hop back in the.
All right. You trek on as night begins to fall. The sky, as it becomes increasingly covered with dark clouds, makes this night almost pitch black. There's no moon in sight. There are no lights on this road. As you continue through these patches of trees, you swear you almost hear howling in the distance of wolves and coyotes. Overhead, you hear the fluttering or the flapping of wings as bats begin moving in their nightly rounds of hunting. Owls overhead. It's a very strange contrast. As most of you haven't, at least none of you, have traveled through the Empire. An hour stretches on. And as you enter the second hour, a lot of you are becoming very, very tired. But eventually...
I would say in the midst of this hour, Ashe, for the entirety of this travel, has had his spirit book out along with the scale, and he's been writing offhand notes. Milo.
Yeah.
This may be a tall ask, but would you mind passing me your weapon briefly?
What do you need it for?
I'm confirming a theory.
All right. I'll unholster it, hand it over.
He sort of inspects it closely, kind of tings on the metal of the barrel a little bit. That should do.
Do what?
Well, I'm studying the practical uses for this dragon scale, and the obvious solution would be evocation. Now, it's not necessarily something that I need within my repertoire, but perhaps it would be something that our friend Milo would like to add to his.
And what kind of evocation are we talking?
Well, I'm not certain. I'm still very early in development, but your weapon is very well suited for augmentation. Uncertain if it was constructed that way for that specific purpose or not, but regardless, given enough time, I may be able to do some work on it, should you allow.
Interesting. I'm here for it.
Wonderful. I will let you know when I have more information.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course.
This always did feel like a first draft, if you will.
I wouldn't know one way or the other.
Eventually, near the second hour of writing, you see a torchlight illuminating a sort of archway that you approach. And as you get closer, you see along this stone archway, it's sort of wrapped in metal. It's intricate metalwork depicting scenes of mining and craftsmanship. Along the sides of this, a low stone perimeter wall with flags of the Empire just gently swinging in the wind. No immediate guards at the entrance, strangely. But beyond this arch, you see a series of well-worn roads through this sprawling, open city. There seems to be a lot of space, wide streets, these open plazas, an integration between industry and nature. Though it is very obvious this city takes pride in its metalworking, it doesn't seem to have enough people in it to warrant a bustling city. it's quiet. It's a very quiet city, especially at this hour of the night.
Yeah, what time is it?
It is 9 o'clock. The sun has set. The land is dark, save the small patches that are illuminated by torchlight. But you have now reached the gates of Dormark. And that's where we can take a small break before we enter.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Get ready. Fun.
I'm coming out.
Milo's gonna get shot
This
the
party
second we
started.
I'm nervy.
All right.
Dungan and Dagan.
Dungan and Dragons. So, you enter Dormark. The buildings here seem to combine functionality and practicality. Very utilitarian, a blend of stone and timber and metal. Structures here are designed with a sense of space and openness, almost seeming to allow for efficient movement and an unimpeded flow of people and goods. The streets are wide and winding, flanked by rows of bustling shops and workshops. Cobblestone streets merge seamlessly with natural terrain. You seem to be entering a more businessy side of town. Although your first few hundred feet into the city still seem to have that openness. You continue farther in until you start to see buildings that are actually lit up from the inside. A row of shops, businesses, with one inn in sight, at least on this side of town. The only place that seems to be open at this hour of the day.
Well, should we trying to find a place to post up, or
I mean, the tavern's right there.
Here's as good as any.
Yeah.
What do we do with the horses and the car?
Well, we stow them outside.
Okay.
DM.
Mm-hmm.
Entering the city. Do I recognize anything?
You do.
Oh.
Although you can't recall anything specific, any events that have happened here that you remember, you recognize the structure, the buildings, how the city's laid out. You remember the city. And you have a recollection of where certain things are in relation to it. But again, there's no specific moments. You don't remember walking the streets. But somehow you've been here.
The tavern's here, then General store's back that way, and there's an old cobbler right next door.
You been here?
You remember?
Feels like a dream. Or someone else's memory.
That's interesting.
We'll figure it out, okay?
I feel weird.
I understand.
Well, it's probably going to get weirder as we continue to dig. So, it's a question of whether or not that's a feeling you are comfortable with and can deal with. Otherwise, we may want to hold off.
Dig, you say? Let's grab more shovels.
Add a few extra.
I don't have a shovel on me.
I don't think it's not literal. It's
They're
more of a...
talking deep.
No, I know. Let's just get in the tavern.
All right. There's a place outside to tie up horses. There's a little trough of water waiting. But the tavern above you reads the Iron Hearth. On the outside, from the outside at least, it looks quaint yet robust. It has a wooden facade, seems to be very aged by time and weather, and it's adorned with metalwork that depicts the similar themes of mining and craftsmanship and forging. But a warm glow emanates from the windows. And upon entering, it is a very comforting room. Lots of wooden beams and a feeling of almost a cabin. Aroma wafts through the air of dew and bread and ale, good actual ale. But in the center of this room is this large hearth. The building is almost built around the hearth itself as the centerpiece of the entirety of it. But there's a bar to the left that's open, one keep behind it. There are 2 people left in the inn. Seem to be tired and half falling asleep in their chairs. But it's a place to stay.
Or is this like a multi-leveled building?
Yeah, it seems to be 2 stories.
Okay.
But in the back right corner, there's a staircase leading up, and then beside it, a hallway leading in to what seems to be more rooms on this ground level as well.
And there's like a host.
Yep. There's one barkeep behind the counter.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll do it. Hi.
Hello?
Hey,
Looking for a room?
Yeah.
All right. Per night, it's 5 silver.
How many beds are in each room?
2 beds a room. Small beds.
Valkyra is going to try and use her recollection. I don't think Ashe needs a bed. Right? You can just sit on the floor and you're perfectly
Typically,
fine.
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We can take 2 then.
2 rooms?
Sure.
Alright. 1 goldenite.
Ping!
Thank
Flips it
you.
over.
Did you want any food as well? We have a nice menu to choose from. If you're
Anyone?
hungry.
Any of you hungry?
I'm quite alright.
Not particularly.
I'm more tired.
Alright.
I think we're okay.
2 rooms on the 2nd story.
Sure.
Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Let me know if you need anything.
Of course. No. Okay. Well. Right this way, I guess. Walk up the stairs.
Alright. You're settled in on rooms 2-4 and 2-5.
Weirdly specific.
That's good. 2-6 was the unlucky one.
Oh, fuck. I just.
Because it adds up to 8, and 8 is the number after 7.
I was
And
thinking.
7,
8, 9.
8-9.
Oh my gosh.
I was just thinking of the number 26.
Whoa.
Which is 13 times 2.
Oh
Which
my
is where
God.
we're all going to fucking die.
And it's also funnier. It's funnier than 25.
What's funnier than 25? 26.
Alright, so who's going to which room?
Ida,
Hmm?
come on.
Where's Sharon?
Is there a scenario where we wouldn't?
Thinks back to the last tavern we shared where you got your own bed and moved out. No, it's fine. I just don't want to make you uncomfortable.
It's just a night. Don't think too deep about it.
Right.
Everyone just going to sleep, or
I might do a little bit more work, but yes.
Me too.
I look at Milo.
Theo, are you okay with sharing with the boys? You can take the bed, I can take the floor, if you'd like.
Well, Ashe doesn't sleep, so
Alright.
doesn't need a bed.
I look at Milo. And I attempt to cast Detect Thoughts without. I don't know how to actually cast it. Trust me. No, I'm lying. I don't know how to actually cast Detect Thoughts. Why is everyone freaking out? I'm saying I try to detect. I try to detect his thoughts, like I'm trying to cast it, but just by reading it, just by looking at him.
I feel like that's a pretty easy, like, subconscious thing.
Yeah. I'm
Do
just
you
trying to read 'em by
have
looking at it.
have detect thoughts?
No, hun.
Okay.
Am I
Oh, you don't
confusing
actually
everyone here?
have
I
it?
said I'm trying to manually, physically cast Detect Thoughts
Right.
without the magic.
Are you
You
okay?
just stare really intently at him.
He's not really making eye contact with anyone, but his R's are kind of shifting around quite a bit.
Ashe is just going back and forth between the two of them. Just
To you, it looks like Valkyra has hard eyes for Milo, and Milo's nervously avoiding eye contact.
I don't think it would be hard eyes as much as it would be worried eyes.
From the outside, from
Concerned.
his perspective.
man, my perspective is not that colored. Okay, let's
Wow.
sure we got that clear.
Bow, bow.
Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna walk into the room and post up, do another hour's worth of study.
Okay. Who's in which room?
I'm waiting until everyone goes until it's just Milo and Valkyra. until everyone else walks into the room and I'm just standing there.
Sure, I linger in the hallway a bit, maybe kind of just taking in the wallpaper.
It's a really nice wallpaper, dude.
Thyra will linger just a bit and just kind of stare at y'all before she enters. And then closes the door with a small smile on her face.
I have to take a minute like I did with Theo. I have to take a minute. Give me a sec. Back in character. Mm-hmm. You alright? I can tell you're antsy.
Yeah. I haven't felt like this in a while. It's like my, it's like breathing feels really, like, tight, like, constrained. My throat feels a little weird. I feel cold, but warm.
I get it.
It feels like I'm walking through this town in the third person.
You've been here before? You know it?
Yes.
Do you think we'll find what we're looking for?
I know we'll find someone. I have a contact. Someone from Caltech. Canarion gave me someone. It's my best bet, but I'll kind of rifle through my vest and pull out some of the intel that I have, and I'll flip to specifically where there was a note of a star that was last seen near the capital. It's a long shot, but there is a chance that one of the people that maybe I used to run with is here. They were last seen in the capital, but I don't know how long ago these notes were taken.
Okay. I just want to know, in your mind, what's the worst case scenario?
I think as soon as she says that, I immediately have flashes of all the nightmares. Red, screaming, gunshots, pleading for mercy. And then I'm back here. I don't know. I don't think it's good, though.
I guess a part of me just doesn't understand all of these things, these... I just worry that confronting them, bringing it back up, was a mistake when you had every ability to just move on. Start anew. You sure you want to be here?
No. I want to see my family again. If they're out there. I just want someone to tell me that these nightmares aren't true.
What if they are? Even if they are, who cares? You're no longer connected to it.
I don't know. I bear a pretty strong reminder that I'm still connected, and I kind of rub the faint scar on my neck.
I get that. I have a lot of those too.
Just promise you won't leave.
Okay.
You see, like, his shoulders kind of visibly relax a little bit. All right. We're certainly going to have a big day tomorrow.
Yeah.
For better or worse. I think Miles still just is kind of blankly staring into space, not really realizing he's even standing there. I think I'm gonna go read a little bit and then try to sleep.
Okay. You sure you're going to be able to sleep?
No. But I can try. Thank you, Valkyra.
Of course.
Good night.
Night.
And I'll, for maybe the first time in this conversation, actually look at her and give a very faint smile before entering the room.
Valkyra will just rub the side of her hip a little. It'll like go slightly under the clothing and feel the bumps and and we'll sort of go back in to her room.
As you enter, you see Thyra getting dressing down, and I would think for you, Valkyra, you finally actually see her for the first time actually like get fully dressed down in front of you. You realize every time like you've shared a room together, she's always either been dressed or have already been dressed when you're awake, so you wouldn't see her scars. But now that you've seen them, she like there's no really point in doing that, so you finally see her kind of shown that small vulnerability to you as you enter, as she's just getting ready for bed.
far away from home.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
She sort of does the same. You catch a glimpse of a small, they're not small per se, but a decent 2-inch scar, like X cross, around at her hip, on the right side of her hip.
That doesn't look like for a monster.
It's not. It's from this. And she takes the bow off her shoulder as she says that. She puts the bow down. I was shot with it.
Oh.
I was this close, and she holds the fingers together very closely. I was this close to dying out in the fields of... let's not say fields, it was more of a dark ravine, but it's fine.
You don't have to tell me this, Kira. I haven't really earned it.
Just trying to set an example.
She fully turns to you and looks you in the face. Kira, I'm totally sorry. But you can't expect me to just overturn everything overnight. Alright? You've been ruthless in reminding me, and as you should be. But I'm trying. I'm just asking for patience and a little grace right now.
And she sort of begins to get into the bed and sort of, before she completely sits down or lays down into it, she just to remember, you're not the only one with scars. They all have them. Physically or otherwise. Just give them a chance. Before you say anything, she sort of turns over and does the turn on the shoulder to sleep.
Is there a window?
There is a window.
I'm gonna go by the window. Sit on the seal. And I think a small frost starts to form on the window as she's there, but she just takes in those words of give it a chance and just a reminder of someone once saying that to her. And I think she probably stays up long enough for you to go to sleep, Valkyra, and then she'll turn into herself.
Right. Anything else before we'll head to sleep?
Before bed, I'll set up my alchemy kit.
Oh boy.
Try to make a potion of fire.
The entire time, Ashe is going to stop what he is doing. And he is going to... Don't mean to intrude, I just want to sit in on the process.
I start the process a similar way that I start Fireball. I take out the flint and steel and I make a spark, and the spark goes in my hand. And I very gently put it into a little jar. And I'll pour a little water from my flask into it and shake it.
You put the fire in the jar, and then you pour water on the fire. The fire goes out. But now you have a jar full of water and ashes.
Little baby ashes.
Little baby ashes.
I rolled an 18.
Podcast grasp with the specter.
Yo, him versus Baby Ashe sword fight.
Yoda versus Dooku.
Yeah, pretty much.
As this is happening, I'll just say, I had an idea about how to reverse what you did.
Did you?
Do you know-
all ears.
Do you know the spell Animate Dead?
I'm acutely aware. I'm not privy on details.
I tried to figure it out, but I couldn't get it exactly. I think maybe I'll have to find a scroll. I'll work a little bit more on it.
I would know decently well what the spell is capable of doing, DM, right?
Yes. You would know that the spell is not approved for practice within the university. Most necromancy spells aren't. Especially ones that deal with tampering with the dead. But you're aware of the spell and its effects.
With all due respect, I don't think that's the spell you're looking for.
I think it's the base for it. I think if I modify it in a certain way, I'd have to get my hands on the spell first.
That's... The foundation of that spell is not bringing one back to life. It is bringing back one to unlife.
Animation is first step.
Certainly, but there are alternatives. I have been working on my own theories myself, and I believe I have a guaranteed method of success out the gate, should I become strong enough to execute it.
And what would that be?
Are you aware of the spell Simulacrum?
I am. Not. Would be. DM.
Simulacrum. You know it's a spell for very, for much older students of the university. Those who are near their final year or on their final year. would be learning this spell. You're not completely aware of what it does. It's not something that was used around you at all.
I can't say I am.
With it, I have the capability of duplicating myself with the proper resources for the purposes of being able to execute this plan at a mass scale. And then after that, something that, well, quite frankly, tampers with reality as we understand it.
Well, doesn't seem safe at all.
It is when you use it for its intended purpose. I plan to use it to mimic a spell. A very powerful one that would be outside of my normal realm of expertise. That would, beyond any reasonable doubt, have the capacity of bringing somebody back fully as themselves. And
Something like
with the additional simulacrum, I would be able to do it multiple times.
something like that could take years, decades, and it's not guaranteed.
Well, I have 5. And it is already known magic. And I have faith in my ability to pursue this and execute it.
Same way you had faith in that scroll.
That scroll was given to me by a deceiver. He thoroughly tricked not only myself, but before my time, the rest of the academy, and nearly the entire continent. He's extremely good at what he does, and unfortunately I did fall within that. This, as I said before, is magic already known and has been thoroughly studied. So yes.
Well, once I know and study the spell, I'll be able to do it as well.
My suggestion is to steer away from animate dead as your foundation.
And your alternative?
Start with something more akin to Revivify, and how it has been upscaled and has been developed.
It's not really arcane, though. It's not something I can do. Starting with Animate Dead will give me the foundation. Something like Revivify. And modify it with the Revivify spell.
Which is why the solution I proposed is one that goes beyond both yours and my capabilities. Beyond arcane magic, beyond divine magic, something that I'm rather certain will succeed.
Eventually, maybe. Start packing away my alchemy stuff there.
I don't think Ashe has anything else to say, but he definitely looks concerned.
I just got my stuff. I was disappointed I didn't get the help that I wanted.
All right. Anything else from you, Ashe, before you bed down?
I'll
Or for the next 4 hours?
Well, I'll study the scale for 1 more hour, and then I will start my trance. And then once I come out of my trance, I'll study it for another 4 until everybody wakes up.
All right. Easy enough. So add 5 hours to your study time.
Got it.
Milo, anything you do before going to sleep? As you re-enter this room.
I think he just like nods to the two of them, goes over to the bed.
I think so. Would we have had our conversation before Milo got back then? Because if so, then you would definitely have noted the tension in the air.
Yeah. Theo's packing up her stuff, and Ashe finds himself a place in the corner to study. It's very quiet in here.
Looks like we're all a bit tired, huh?
A bit.
Are you two gonna be up much longer? I just have some stuff I'm gonna be sifting through. I don't mean to keep either of you awake.
I'll be up for another hour. Go
I'm just
continue
about
work on the
done.
scale.
You go ahead, though.
All right. I go over to the empty bed, and I lay out all of the notes, scraps, papers, everything that I have, or that I took from the hideout, as well as some of my own extra stuff that I've written, and I just like kind of lay it all out in front of me, the pictures, anything that I have, and I'm just staring at it, mumbling to myself, kind of holding my head, rubbing my eyes, maybe scribbling a few random notes here and there, just trying to keep my mind occupied with something, trying to tire it out.
Is there anything in particular you find yourself focusing on?
I think he always just subconsciously goes back to looking at the picture of Nest and Nickel. But then also shifting his gaze over towards Star and the fact that she may be somewhere in the Empire. And just feels that kind of anxiety welling up again at the thought of potentially seeing any of them now that they're on Empire soil.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. This one. This changed the trajectory of Milo's character last time.
You
Wisdom?
forget everything again.
Ooh, okay. Okay, at first I thought that was a natural 1, but then I saw the 7. So it's a 17 plus 4, 21.
Good. Sit there and mull over pictures again. Just that little part of your brain just urging to remember. You just feel this very motherly presence from Nest.
No. I think that takes him back to that one night where he felt a similar presence. I feel like he kind of puts an arm on his other arm in comfort.
You know. For once, you really feel like you know. That's your mother.
I think a tear kind of falls down his face. I'm coming, Mother. He'll fold up his stuff. And try to lay down for some rest.
Tuck yourself in. And for once, you feel like you can actually take a breath. Comforting. It's hopeful.
Nothing else from me.
All right. Everyone beds down for the night. Theo.
Mm-hmm.
Fall asleep. Still thinking about what Ashe said. Trying to piece it together. Just trying to find another way. A way in which your theory works. Just racing your brain in circles as you fall asleep. And you find your mind drifting off. You get a sensation of almost floating in space. Just meditating in your own plane. This darkness all around you, faintly lit by twinkling stars in the distance. You less open your eyes and more let your mind wander farther. And you see far above you swirling pools of color, mist and fog, strange shapes occupying the space beyond that. Large creatures, chitinous creatures, flying through the space above you, like large insects. Their surface iridescent with blues and purples, almost blending into the scene beyond them. Like camouflage. Astral camouflage. Almost directly behind you, a specific pool of color, purples, pinks, a white sheen, very beautiful, almost celestial, but still very strange. You feel an inkling of reminiscence. A memory that's not quite yours. A strange sense of déjà vu. But a feeling beckons you.
Move towards it.
Okay. You feel this encouragement. As you approach and begin to look past this swirl of color, you see a very vibrant landscape. Trees, gray and old, with waterfalls of flowers upon them, and brilliant purples, pinks, and blues, whites. A grand city beyond, shiny, tall, beautiful, like a utopia, with this brilliant blue sky. Blue almost fading to greens in some areas. Instead of birds, these similar large insects course the sky above. It's beautiful, and although you've seen nothing like this before, it feels like you've somehow knew about it. Again, a strange sense of deja vu. But the feeling still beckons. It, without words, compliments you and praises your intelligence, your problem solving. But before you could step through the portal, you fade back into darkness, into sleep. You're on the right path. Ashe. Something about that conversation is just sticking to you. Can't quite focus on studying because there's just a sense of unease. You know your plan is foolproof. As you fall asleep in your chair, you can't escape from that feeling. Just the idea of using necromancy for something like this. All you can see is the first time you saw the owl. Like an omen of death standing upon the opal hall of the Grand University. And you open your eyes again, and you're seated within this void. Pure blackness. You've been here before. Every night in solitary. The same darkness you felt when you cast the spell. Like your own personal hell. Void has kept you trapped before. And you sit at your table, spellbook in front of you, just wondering where the fuck it went wrong. And across from you, its visage twisted, yourself, skin paler, hair darker, eyes red.
So what? She's a necromancer. That is precisely the problem. And what exactly is that problem? Because it's this type of theory that led to the regulations in place to begin with. The reason why Othindra was banished. It all lines up exactly. And I wish for her to not become like him.
So you believe her to be an existential danger? Is that it?
Not necessarily. Given it enough time. As long as I move quickly, I should be able to beat her to the solution.
And if you don't, what then? What if she gets there? What will you do?
If it gets out of hand, I will stop her.
Oh, you? No. No, I don't think you can. I don't think you have what it takes. But I think someone else sitting at this table does. Don't you think?
As I've stated before, you have no say in this.
And as I've stated before, not yet. I'll keep an empty spot on my list, just in case.
It won't come to that. And if you wouldn't mind, get the fuck out of my head.
Our head.
You open your eyes to the morning sun pouring through the window. Milo.
Huh? Huh? I'm just eeping.
You are just even. And it's a very nice sleep. You almost feel like you'll get out of it without a bad dream. You sleep and your subconscious tries to replay any memory left. You open your eyes to see a blurred scene. A few kids about your height, a little taller. Running through the streets. Small village. At least a small part of the town. yelling and giggling. One seemingly older one leading the charge. Wooden swords in your hands, chasing each other around. A distant voice, faint, calls out to you all. Come on, kids. Time to go. A few sighs of sadness, of disappointment from the group. For all 5 of you, turn back. Towards this, to you, almost golden figure. Tan skin, tumbling dark brown hair. Almost golden brown eyes, hit with the sunlight. Though you can't make out the details on the face. This warm, motherly glow. As she bends down to pick you up. And holds and carries you inside a home. All of the older kids following along as she pushes one of the boys forward. Well, the only other boy forward. One figure stands waiting outside the door, darker than the rest of you, waving, and eventually walks off. As the smell of delicious, spice-filled food hits your nose. Another blurred figure. An older man, hunched over a table, scrawling. Books open, spread all over the table. Looks up and quickly starts packing it all back up to make room for table settings. You can't see much past that, but all you know, all you feel, spending the next few hours just sitting at that table, waiting for the figures around you to finish eating. It goes on for hours and hours. Till you awaken. The sun hitting your face, Ashe banging his knee against the table haphazardly before waking up himself.
No. That's a start to the morning. Ashe, are you okay?
It's been, you could say, a bad morning.
It's interesting. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say that before.
Well, you have now.
Hopefully it'll be a good day.
Bad morning, good day. I think Milo kind of just like sits up, just kind of smiling about that blurred dream. Should we get started with our day?
Yes. I'm sure we have more important things to get to.
Breakfast.
You head down to breakfast. Valkyra and Thyra, what are you two doing?
I wanted to get up a little, like probably a bit earlier, because I wanted to go find something. I don't know if it'd be in the city, but I wanted to go see.
So what are you trying to find?
I want to try and find a training ground.
Okay.
That's like public use or something.
Okay. It takes a bit of wandering, but in the early hours of the morning, you see around what seems to be like a town center, or just a sort of just an area that people could gather in. Large, a small fountain in the center. We do see people putting up the tents of carts, beginning to open up shop for the day.
Okay. Is there training grounds in this community center? Or
training grounds? You don't seem to see any.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
From the outside, this just seems to be a very industrial centered city.
Okay.
People get up, work, go to bed.
Is there like a board for bounties? Anywhere?
Bounties. In about that same area,
Okay.
I would say posted up next to what looks to just be like a general goods store, a community bulletin. Hammered into it, there just seems to be signs looking for woodcutters. Looks like a carpenter is in need to repair a barn that recently burned down. Some people looking for aid to ward off foxes at a nearby farm. But it seems very quiet. The, at least public, request for help.
Okay.
You're unsure if that's mandated or not. Or it's just a coincidence.
Then I guess I'll make my way back to the inn and not finding what I was looking for.
Okay. Head back in.
Valkyra, you wouldn't see Thyra when you woke up.
Yeah.
But you will see a note.
That says what?
went to go find a place to train, be back before breakfast. But you'll see it's probably tucked in the snow fox. Behind
Right.
yeah.
Well, thank you. God. Yeah. Let's go see what everyone else is. And I'll walk up,
All right.
knock on the door.
Knock on which door?
You get up.
I believe at this point we're already downstairs.
Here's no response.
Valkyra, they're all dead.
Rip.
She has good intelligence. She goes downstairs.
You see them.
Is it immediately super awkward? And everyone sort of looks like just
Yeah.
on edge.
Like
Ashe looks particularly stern, I would say.
More
and
than
he has
usual.
The entire morning. Yes, exactly.
Theo also seems uncomfortable while Milo is uncomfortably trying to create small talk to break the tension, but it doesn't really seem to be working.
Morning.
Good morning.
We actually established it was a bad morning.
But a good day.
Yes.
That has yet to be seen.
Okay, that's strange. So sorry, what exactly are we doing here again? I mean, I know what we're doing, but how?
Well, I have someone to meet.
Where and when?
I can remember his name. I have it in my notes somewhere. Isn't it done?
Comes to your shoulder, looks over at your notes.
Callan Amagon.
Yes, that is the name.
It's a weird
Of
name.
Caltech.
Almost as weird as Milo.
That's fair.
It's not the weird name. That name is weird. Milo isn't really that weird of a name. I like it.
Huh. Thanks. I gave it to myself.
You made a very good choice.
Thank you.
Where is this person?
I'm trying to remember. I'm sure there's a Caltech factory or warehouse somewhere in town.
Are we just going to walk in and ask? Or does this, like, bust down doors type of thing?
I think we just walk in and ask. I imagine Canarion's name bears some weight. And I'm sure he's likely let them know ahead of time. Loosely.
Oh.
I'm just trying to prepare for the unexpected, I suppose.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. Trust me. My finger's on the quiver.
Yeah. There was, before we left that camp that Falcon let us stay at, I'd asked him if he knew, anything about Nightshade, the old group I used to run with. He didn't, but someone else vaguely knew about them. They said that there was some kind of a scuffle, if you will, that happened in town involving Nightshade not too long ago. Do you remember if they said if there was a time frame?
They
of
said
what
it.
happened?
The one in particular involving, who you believe to be Nightshade.
Yeah.
Would have been about 3 years ago.
Okay. little bit ago, a couple years ago. I don't know if it's connected to Nightshade, but it's something. Something happened in this town.
Okay.
But I think step one is finding Callaghan. What was his name? Callan.
Calland.
Callan.
Elland. Kal-El.
Was it Callan or Callind?
Calland.
Calland.
Okay,
We
so
had a
we
D.
find this Callan person, and then what are we hoping they tell us? We haven't thought that far ahead.
I had
Anything?
initially asked Canarion about something called Initiative H. He said there's rumors, whispers in the Empire about it, inner circles and such. Maybe Calland is privy to such knowledge. I don't know. It's a shot in the dark.
This is starting to feel more and more legal. Like at the moment we're wrapping ourselves in something the Empire might not like.
We are investigating the whereabouts of a mostly underground organization that has questionable background. Of course, this is something we probably shouldn't be digging our teeth into, but it's Milo.
We've done this before. We'll do it again.
We're here under Canarion's blessing, so hopefully that's enough to carry us a little bit.
We'll see how that goes for us, if it comes to that.
Yeah, Canarion's blessing got my sister kidnapped, so let's see how that goes.
Wait, speaking of your sister, where is she?
She's out looking for places to swing the axe.
Is that a metaphor?
Literally swing the axe, like train.
Oh. Right, I wasn't sure. Never mind.
So, is this we need to scour the entire city to find her, or are we trusting this?
No, she will. No. She is. I will split her in two.
It's
When
about
I-
this time when she walks back in.
Split two into two.
You find what you were looking for?
Before you even say that, before you even say that, like you even could.
Try me. So, did you find what you were looking for?
No, in fact, our city does not seem to be the combat training type of sort. More industrial.
What a boring city.
I know.
It seems rather quaint to me, a nice change of pace, but
I was trying to find grounds where we could practice shooting for you.
I'm sure there'll be plenty to shoot at if. Never mind.
But
Hopefully it won't come to that.
A part of me really thinks it will. It's the paranoia.
I
I
hope
did-
not.
found a community center of some sort. Not really sure.
We just need.
Not much job posting unless you want to go try and run foxes off someone's farm. But other than that, not much.
Fine.
Unless one of you is very good at carpentry.
I don't think anything. The only type of wood that I know is how to split it.
Yes.
So we just look for some sort of Caltech factory.
Did I see one in
Yeah.
my wanderings, DM?
Make a perception check
Good.
to
Yeah.
reminisce on whether or not you found it.
Perception check?
Yeah.
Go. 3.
Great.
No.
No.
So we just wander.
You wandered into Freya, actually.
Ah, damn it.
You made it.
I didn't want to go here.
Fuck.
You made it without the rest of them. That's impressive.
She literally fucking nether portal traveled.
Well, back to the trauma. See y'all later.
Seems to be a rhythm of this party. So are we just gonna go fucking send it outside and see what happens?
Yeah. Full send.
Okay. Sure, let's fucking send it.
Well, I'm sure maybe also one of the locals knows where.
Oh,
Maybe the
an idiot.
barkeep.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'll just walk.
Can I help you?
Yeah. First, thanks for the room. Second,
Of course.
do you know where Caltech is based out of in this city?
The Caltech facility is to the west side of town.
Metal pipe falling sound effect .mp4.
This dumb fox!
Literally is just the metal pipe sound.
You see Scotty knocking over one of the metal mugs that are used to hold beverages.
Scotty!
Oh, don't do that.
Sorry. Okay. You are a menace, and I put her back underneath my thing. So where in the west side of town?
Yes, in the west side of town.
Right. Thank you.
Of course. Although it doesn't look like a facility. There's no sign. It's just a plain building. You'll know it by the abundance of guards around the area.
Right, fair enough. I go back over. I cast exposition of that conversation.
All right.
So
Westward bound.
We just go to the west side and look for a shitload of guards.
Sounds easy enough.
All right. All right. You make it to the west side of town. It becomes increasingly more industrialized. A lot more large buildings. And eventually you see this much larger than the rest building, with big doors along the side, as if used for bringing materials in and out of the building easily. It very much looks like a warehouse. But you do see where there was a lack of guards in the rest of the city, there are noticeably more guards around this area.
I guess this is it.
I would bet my money on it.
You
Yes.
don't have any money. I'm the only one in this party with money.
All right. Slow down there. I've got some change. All right.
How are we? Do we just walk up?
I guess.
Look, you take the lead on this. You're the one that knows something.
All right. Is there a plain-looking building with centralized guards, or is that just the whole area kind of just looks like that?
It's nearly the entire area.
Well,
Large buildings, lots of guards.
just approach the nearest guard and excuse me, we're looking for the Caltech facility.
Yeah, Caltech
Yes.
kind of gives a wary eye towards you. Down the road, second right. It's directly on the left.
Perfect.
Steel blue building.
Thank you so much.
Nods to you.
Let's go.
Quick question for you, Milo.
You look at it
Shit,
weirdly.
what is she rolling for?
Fuck's sake.
Oh, fuck! I should have put my gun away. Somewhere hidden.
We're all armed to the fucking teeth.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure these Caltech guys made this gun.
Oh, fuck.
I was just about to ask if you were intentionally hiding your firearm.
Whoops. Shit. You know, I'll live with the mistake for now, and just now in character realize that I should probably hide it.
Okay.
The
The first guard didn't seem to see it.
Okay.
Or didn't give it any eye.
Theo, do you mind putting this in your bag again?
Of course.
And I'll take off the holster and kind of shove it in her bag.
All right.
The safety's on, don't worry.
You
I don't know
want
what it means, but
you want
I think
something
that's a good thing.
to hold while you don't have that?
Sure.
I'll hand over my hand axe.
Oh,
Yeah.
am
He's
I
not good at he's not good
am I
at this.
proficient? Oh yes,
Yeah.
of course I'm a fighter. Of course I'm proficient.
You sure you can have my dagger?
You somehow know how to use this.
Fucking fighters, they're so goddamn weird.
Isn't it great?
Such a weird fucking class.
Yeah.
I love being a fighter. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So you have a skull and a gun in your bag now.
I do.
Oh my.
That's so metal.
That is sick.
And
Okay,
also, like,
That's a
a
band
ton of
name.
potions.
And ton of potions. It's a
That's
big
a
ass
band
bag.
name.
Skull and a gun.
Skull and a gun in a bag.
Right. But you follow the guard's directions. Where on this side of the area, there's only about 4 guards. As soon as you begin approaching the Caltech facility, there are 6
Oh.
directly around this building. 2 posted up on the sides of the door, 2 on the other sides of the building, and 2 more you see are making rounds around the area.
I'll approach the 2 guards at the entrance. You said?
Mhm.
I'll say, good morning. We are business investors representing Canarion from Ithera. We are meant to be speaking to a Calend Amagon.
Make a deception check.
Oh boy.
Not necessarily lying.
You're not particularly investors.
Yeah.
I might want to buy a gun.
Not bad.
Yeah, why
No?
can't I buy a
bad.
sniper rifle? What the fuck? Oh,
Alright,
this is my chance!
Or persuasion.
This is my chance! I can get a gun
Armor and
here!
gun.
That's true.
Let's go!
That's true. I'll keep an eye out for a
I'm
Barrett
yoinking
50
a
cal.
sniper. Yeah, I'm yoinking a sniper rifle.
15.
15?
Arcane archer with a gun.
From Canarion Caster.
Yes, sir.
Alright. And they knock on the door, and beyond it, another guard on the inside. Go fetch Calend. Ask him if he was anticipating a message from Canarion. Hold, please, a moment.
Sure. Take your time.
That was a lot easier than I thought it'd be.
Oh, we're not in it yet.
After a few minutes, the guard returns and opens the door open for you. Holds it open. Follow me.
Now we're in it. We'll follow in.
All right. Immediately upon you entering, 2 guards flank you, one leading you and one directly following you. As you are led into the interior of it, most of the right side of this building, you see beyond a door and some glass windows, a warehouse full of material covered by tarps, odd shapes beyond it or underneath the tarps. Can't catch much of a glimpse. It is a pretty dim area. No one seems to be working in it at the moment. But you're led up a set of stairs. And immediately to the left, an office. So you're led into the office of who you can only presume to be Calland Amagon. Let me
Music
get some music.
Oh, shit.
I do want to be respectful to Leah's time because I know she said she can go too late.
We are in fact past time.
You see before you a tall and broad figure, raven black hair with silver around the temples. A chiseled jawline holds a very neatly trimmed beard. He's wearing a very nice, almost charcoal black suit with a silver pocket watch hanging from the breast pocket. Steel gray eyes and a stern expression. He holds his hands out in front of him. You can see are calloused from working. And a faint scar runs along his right cheekbone. So you're here on Canarion's behalf?
Yes. But not quite in the manner of which I initially presented.
Please, tell me why you're here.
Canarion's business is investing and money, powerful language to speak. And so are secrets, whispers. And I'll just cut to the chase. No sense in wasting anyone's time here. What whispers of Initiative H have entered your office?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh.
With advantage.
Ooh, okay. Let's see if I can get better. Oh, I got one better. Okay. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Initiative H. That was a long time ago. I think nearly 7 years now. They had a experimental weapon that they wanted to test. They wanted to create from the ground up. Now, I've not heard much beyond that. The call for aid was quickly snuffed out. Rumors disappeared. It seemed that they had stopped this.
If I might quickly jump in with a question. This weapon, experimental weapon, was it of the mechanical nature or organic?
Large explosions sound pretty mechanic to me. I thought the experiment was dead. The initiative. Until 3 years ago. A weapon of an unknown nature found its way into my warehouse. Woke up in the middle of the night to cries. Woke up to the alarm that my men were dead. They couldn't identify the wounds as anything they've seen before.
Hold on a minute. I turn to the group. Didn't we know of this? Didn't, like, someone's cousin or something?
Please hold while I pull up the Google
Fuck
Doc.
yeah, fuck yeah. I'm okay. Shit.
That and also did y'all was that when Thyra was still with you and if this
I
was
remember,
true?
I think it was someone talking to Canarion? Or no.
Yes. So Mim Liesel, who's the
Yeah.
younger cousin of Pyron, died in an incident with Caltech several years prior.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of the things that were mentioned in that parallel exactly with this.
Great.
Yeah.
When did we learn that?
We learned that during the investigation.
Okay.
So you were still here, I believe.
We still have those fucking books.
What was the name? Mim Liesel?
Mim Liesel.
MYM.
Was Mim Liesel among the victims?
He was, yes. He was a hard worker. A close friend. He had no right to end that way. With no respect.
So let me make sure I'm understanding this. Your facility came under attack by said mechanical experimental weapon?
I believe so. It lines up too well for it not to be.
Was anything taken from you?
A few things.
anything of import.
A lot of our finest metal. A small supply of it. Lead. Mostly. And some blueprints to things we were working on.
Perhaps stolen due to lack of investors.
I'm unsure why they were stolen.
I really want to vibe check this guy, but I don't know what vibes I'm looking for.
Lead. Oh, this is Leah. Lead is what you use to make sure you hide things from magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I get a... I'm gonna look for an insight check. I'm looking for how maybe personal this is to him. If that makes sense. Like, how much does he actually care about initiative age and like the question thread that I've been throwing at him?
Okay, make an insight check.
Oh, got hot hands today. What is that? 21.
21. He seems to care a lot. The attack seemed very personal to him. Even if it wasn't targeted against him, it seemed he cared enough about Mim and the dead employees for this to become personal to him.
We had done some investigative work for Canarion. I wasn't lying about our connection to him. And we had followed a thread that led us loosely to this attack. Now it seems like it's coming up again. The individuals behind it, do you know if they were a part of a group? Does the name Nightshade mean anything to you?
Not of recently.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
It's not gonna be good, but. Oh! Whoa! Nat 20!
Okay.
You can tell he knows about Nightshade.
Okay.
He has a sense of recollection. But he's truthful in the fact that he hasn't heard of them as of late.
Okay. Can I keep this insight check throughout the conversation?
Yes, you can.
Yay!
Yes, you can. They used to be a pain in our side. And everyone's side, really. Poking their noses in places they shouldn't.
Some troublemakers.
A bit. Thinking that they were justices, keeping people in check.
Vigilantes, if you will.
Precisely.
I know you said you haven't heard of them of late, but is there still a direction you might be able to point us? Maybe where they used to be?
They used to be. Well, they used to be from around here. They moved city to city around the Empire. At least this side of the Empire. I would be lying if I said that they didn't stop by from time to time.
But not recently, right?
No.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
Slightly worse. 18.
He's telling the truth.
Okay. Nothing else in Dormark would keep us on their trail.
On Nightshade? I don't know. No one from any of our facilities has seen them in the past maybe 5-6 years.
So you think the attack was unrelated to them?
I don't think so. In the fact that it wasn't them. There has been groups. We don't know if they're Nightshade. They are skilled on the same level as they were, but they're using different techniques.
I get flashes of my red nightmares.
Beside yourself, did the Nightshades have any enemies?
Nearly every large figure in the nation. They like to get into the business of CEOs and mayors and anyone in a position of power. Everyone had it out for them. They disappeared and we all thought that it all was good now. We didn't have to worry about missing documents or whispers among the public. People trying to stage coups.
You know of anyone taking advantage of their skill to make other politicians more favorable than others? Or did they have it out for everyone?
They had it out for everyone, but I'm unsure if they've been recruited to somebody else. What I do know is that when the poking around ended, The bloodshed began.
The bloodshed.
We weren't the only attack. Farmers, civilians, random groups of bodies of unknown people. All distinguishing features taken off of them.
They were mutilated?
Not mutilated, but any form of identity stripped. No badges, no markers, no papers of any kind.
And these were just random people.
Seemed like the authorities didn't know where they came from. They had not been recorded. Vagabonds, maybe.
So Nightshade disappears and attacks happen where the victims' identities are just stripped from them.
Mm-hmm.
I look to Milo. Raise an eyebrow.
In Milo's head, he's now starting to like have conflicting memories, visions maybe, and is just thinking, am I the victim or the perpetrator?
Was there any recent attack from one of these victims?
Not that I've heard of, unfortunately. They happen once every couple of months.
Where was the last one?
Wakecrest. To the east.
A bit out of the way from Kilfheim. It is something, though. Thank you for your time. I'm not sure if there's much else I can glean from this conversation. I am sorry for the losses that you took and the impact that it's left. We'll see how far this thread goes. Maybe some justice can be done.
One question before we leave.
Joe?
How do you know about all this? Most civilians have no clue what's happening, yet you wandering, asking about Initiative H, knowing who Nightshade was. But not knowing enough that most civilians do.
I've also had my own run-ins with Nightshade. They've taken my family from me. I seek retribution.
He just stares into your eyes. Looks between them. Make a persuasion check.
Oh. Okay, it's a 13 plus 2, 15.
Thanks. And lets the silence linger in the air. What aren't you telling me?
I think, Go over to Theo.
Take off my bag, like hold it out.
Might have something that interests you. I'll reach into the bag.
The guards put their hands on their weapons.
No tricks. Just a tool. A means to an end. And I'll take out the firearm.
And that's what will end the session for tonight.
Oh! Oh!
Damn.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't
Nightshades?
know.
I bet people are killing off nightshades.
I don't know if that's
Maybe.
true.
Like the fucking nightingales.
I think it was Milo who
I think it's
did the
Milo.
warehouse tech.
Oh god.
It's not impossible.
It's not impossible.